Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 11. Nahi deha-bhṛtā śakyaṁ tyaktuṁ karmāṇy aśeṣataḥ yastu karma-phala-tyāgī satyāgīty abhidhīyate. So far, we have learned that it is not possible to relinquish one's action. One must perform their duties. The question is, why so? On what ground it is said that one cannot renounce the karma? A person is said to be tyāgī when he renounces the karma-phala, the fruits of his action, not the karma itself, not the action itself. Why so? The answer is given here in this sloka. Let's see the meaning of this sloka. Deha-bhṛtā, one who has the body to be maintained. Karmāṇy, activities. Aśeṣataḥ, altogether. Tyaktuṁ, to be renounced. Na śakyaṁ, as it is not possible. Tu, therefore, yaha, he who, karma-phalam, the result of action, tyāgī, renounces, saha, he, tyāgīty, as a man of renunciation, abhidhīyate, is said. Translation: it is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who has truly renounced. Deha-bhṛtā, anyone who carries the deha means body, is called deha-bhṛtā. That means everyone who has the body. Such entities can never renounce the karma. It is easy to understand. Even to carry the body, one must perform activity, karma. For the body to stand and function, I need to feed the body with food. Food doesn't come freely, even for the beggar. One has to earn the food by some means. Therefore, one has to work to get money to feed the body. That food which is fed needs to be offered through the process of yajna. Performing yajna means karma, activities. Therefore, there is no escape for one who is aspiring for clear knowledge to ultimately attain liberation, to renounce one's nitya-naimitika karmas. Deha-bhṛtā, which literally means those who are associated with the body, that means everyone, but this term does not cover all the entities that has the bodies, but those who has body but aspiring for clear knowledge to attain liberation, those are the one who is addressed over here. Though as sannyasis are exempted from doing certain karmas, but still they too must perform certain activities. So one must eat, drink, sleep, etc., which are all karmas, which is applicable to anyone, whether one is a grahastha or one is a sannyasi, because they are associated with their body. Whether one likes or doesn't like, one must perform their karmas. Even a simple example of our eyelid which blinks is a karma. If we see a scary thing, we automatically close our eyes or run away, which is also a karma. Even sitting idle, not doing anything, is also a karma. So, there is no way one can escape from the activities, else one cannot survive in the body. One cannot completely renounce everything. That's not possible. Krishna had already explained this one in the 3rd chapter, 5th sloka. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. One can never refrain from doing activities, not even for a moment. Therefore, only those who renounce the karma-phalam, the fruits of their action, is considered to be true tyāgī, not those who give up the action itself. Karmāṇy aśeṣataḥ tyaktuṁ na śakyaṁ. He who aspires to attain Krishna should first have a clear knowledge about Krishna and of course himself. That is why the Bhagavad Gita starts with telling Arjuna who he is actually, that he is not the body, he is the spirit soul. So this knowledge is so very important to understand oneself and to understand clearly about Krishna. And this understanding does not simply come by being however we want, but just by reading books. This understanding comes to one who has purified the mind. Therefore, a clear knowledge about Krishna and clear knowledge about oneself, one get it when the mind is purified. And to purify the mind, one must have pure food. That is sattvika ahara. One cannot have purified mind without consuming sattvika ahara. How does the food becomes purified? When it is offered to Krishna. So it is not simply sattvika food. The food that is sattvika must be offered to Krishna, and that food becomes prasadam. And by consuming, honoring Krishna prasadam, one's mind becomes purified. When the mind becomes purified, one will be able to have clear knowledge about Krishna and himself. Therefore, for one to have a clear knowledge which will lead one towards Krishna, one must eat food that is offered to Krishna. Without having prasadam, one cannot exist, one cannot maintain their body. Whereas, one can say, I can maintain my body even without eating prasadam. Answer is right, but one will not get clear knowledge about Krishna and himself that will lead one towards Krishna. Therefore, by eating all kinds of food, not paying attention to what is going inside the mouth, or not bothered, such person will not develop sattva guna. It only arises rajoguna and tamoguna. So, the point is, one cannot escape from their karmas. Karmas need to be performed, especially for those who are aspiring for liberation. Until the time of leaving the body, one must try to maintain their body. That body is maintained by proper food, the food which is offered to Krishna. By having the food that is offered to Krishna, one's mind gets purified. Sattva guna arises, by which one gets clear knowledge about Krishna and himself. Therefore, yastu karma-phala-tyāgī. Those who say that renounce the karma itself is not right. Tyaga means threefold. I am not the doer, I am not the proprietor, I am not expecting a result by my action. Such person is called true tyāgī. And this is what confirmed in the Upanishads, tyaheneka amritatva manashuhu. He who regularly performs his karmas that is allotted to him as per his varnashrama dharma with threefold renunciation alone is called tyāgī, not those who simply abandon the actions itself. Yastu teshu mahayajñādi karmasu phala-tyāgī sa eva tyaheneka amritatva manusaha. This is a statement that confirms that one cannot give up one's karma. One who does karma but renounces the results of the karma is known as tyāgī. Now, a very interesting objection is being raised by the Purva-pakshi. Purva-pakshi means opponent, who objects what has been said here. The opponent says, Just because we renounce the fruits of our action, what is the guarantee that we will not get the result? You may do the karma without aspiring for the result, but you will get the result anyways. It doesn't matter whether you want the result or you don't want the result of your action, but you will get the result. That's it. Therefore, the best is not to do karma. Renounce the karma. And he makes another objection to what is being discussed in the 10th sloka. He says, you mentioned that sins done by mistakes will be tolerated and forgiven for those who are mumukshus, who are inclined in mukti. That cannot be true. Whether knowingly or unknowingly one performs a mistake, sin, they will get paid, irrespective of whether you are a person who is interested for liberation or not. In the next verse, Krishna is going to address these objections. Another interesting sloka. Let's see what Krishna has to say for these objections. Nahi deha-bhṛtā śakyaṁ tyaktuṁ karmāṇy aśeṣataḥ yastu karma-phala-tyāgī abhidhīyate.
Namaste, Hare Krishna.